What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 29 of a Rip City Rundown. Sorry for the week off. Had some things going on, but
No matter.
we picked a good week to go off of because it wasn't that good of a week 2 weeks ago, but we've got a lot of success to talk about this week. 3-0 on the week. Haven't had a game in a while. We went 3 days off game, another 3 days off. How we feeling? We got Blazer basketball tomorrow or today as you're seeing this. How you feeling, West?
First off, hello boys. How are y'all? Good, cool.
Good.
I want to say two weeks ago, I was a little down bad. Lost to the Clippers, lost to the Suns. You know, two teams that are very good. You know, you don't get mad if you lose that game, but you got to beat good teams at some point.
Yeah.
We take care against the Rockets, get absolutely demolished by the Nuggets, and then 3 quality wins in a row. So I'm doing pretty good. Let me fix my screen here. Sorry. Anyway. I'm feeling good. Blazers on a 3-game winning streak. The Timbers are moving on to the playoffs. It's great.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Great time in Portland to be a sports fan. So, but yeah, I'm feeling good.
They're not the Oregon Ducks, but we don't talk about them.
Oh, Max.
Well, they don't count as Portland, so
True.
Fucking Ducks.
you could be a Beavs
Talking
fan.
like they're out of the playoff.
Yeah, so first of all, 8-1 at home. 8-1 at home. Moda is the energy is there at Moda.
Are we up there with like best record?
Sus lost to the Kings.
What was that?
I'm gonna see. I feel like we've got to have the best record at home in the league, but I will fact check that. Warriors are 9-1. We're 8-1, and the Hawks are 8-1 at home and 1-8 on the road. But we have
That's literally us.
best record.
And you know what's interesting thing to look at is I believe were we the best road team last year?
We were bad at home last year.
We were pretty good on the road.
We were one of the best road teams last year, and now we have 1 win at home against the 1-14 Rockets, and it's like, I don't know.
Tony,
If we can get back to not even where we were last year on the road, but just half as good, we're a 4 seed.
We have
just
1
like
win on the road.
Yeah.
Against that Rockets. Well, I do want to point out the Rockets win was a must-have. Just straight off the top, did y'all see Lamar Hurd's reaction to Nasir Little's dunk? Did y'all see that?
I did not see that. I mean,
Oh
I probably
my
did,
God.
but I don't remember it.
It was a nasty throwdown.
It was so funny. It's literally, if you go to the game on ESPN, it's like the first highlight. He's just screams at the top of his lungs. I advise you to watch. It's hilarious. But that was a must-have game. Cody, do you want to talk about Dame's stats? I think he won Player of the Week, correct?
Yes, he did. Damian Lillard, Player of the Week, after a more than we can say shaky start. This week goes for 28.3 points per game, 8.3 assists, 22 for 22 at the line. Has not missed a free throw this week.
Yeah,
And his last game, obviously 39 points. I mean, it was kind of a Mickey Mouse 40 bomb with all the free throws, but still, we'll take it.
he did win Rip City Rundown Player of the Week.
Which
is even more important.
Player of the game, excuse me.
It's more important than Player of the Week.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is. But, no, that was good to see Dame have a good week again. I didn't know it was, like, Player of the Week good enough. I didn't realize, like, it was that good of a week, but I guess having 39 helps
That
your
is
stats
interesting.
out a little bit.
14 free throws. I mean, that is a lot, but it also is impressive when you go 14 for 14.
Yeah, there's someone like he hadn't been to the line, like, double digits once in a game, and when he does, he has 39, so.
He was due.
He was due. Let's talk about the games this week, though. Let's just start off with
what was the last
Raptors.
podcast? The 5th? Yeah. Okay.
The Raptors won, which was Monday on the 15th. This kind of started this little mini run of beating pretty good.
Can I? This is kind of with the Raptors game and the Bulls game, but can we shout out Larry Nance Jr.?
I was just about to get to him. Larry Nance.
Just a hell of a week.
Larry Nance had a hell of a week. They were even chanting Larry's name. Was that the Bulls game they did that?
Especially against the Raptors and the Bulls, but the Raptors especially. I think he played all 12 minutes in the fourth.
Yeah. I know against the Bulls was the one where he checked in and we were down 17 points. And he cut the lead all the way down from 17 while he was in, while finishing with 16-9, 3-3. So,
Wow.
I mean,
I believe he played the entire fourth.
Yeah, in that game against the Raptors, he played 23 minutes and he was perfect from the field. So, as much as Damian Lillard was Player of the Week, I mean, Larry Nance, for expectations wise, you could argue he was the Blazers player of the week just by his success on the court. Like, he had a really good week.
I think against that Raptors game, or again the Raptors game, I think that was really the first game of the season that we really like felt the energy, and the Blazers were playing well, and our announcers were getting into it, home team was getting into it. I think that was the first game I enjoyed watching the Blazers.
Yeah, because
I'm not gonna lie.
We've had our communication throughout games, and it's not been that fun watching them this year. You can't say it's been fun.
In fact, it's almost better when we don't communicate, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah. But in that Raptors game, I thought CJ McCollum had a great game. Obviously, Dame had a pretty solid game too, 24 points. But again, obviously, Larry Nance was that guy down the stretch. We locked down defense in the second half. The defense, like you said, I think it's just comes based from energy, just the energy of that Moda brings. That's why we're so good at home. But we carried that on into the next game against the Bulls, which I only watched the second half of this game, and I guess that's a good thing because that's when we turned it on. But that was really an all-around game. That was the game where like Dame and CJ had like 4 combined at the half or something.
Yeah.
CJ had a really bad game. He just went 4 for 14. Dame ended with 22. But again, it was a team game, and that's kind of what we've seen this year a lot from the Blazers.
About Nurkic? Nurkic has had a good week too.
Yeah, Nurkic had a good game. That was the game Nurkic won player of the game. It was like 18 and 12 or something.
Yeah, 8 for 13, 18 points, 12 boards. Nurkic had a solid week as well.
Only in 23 minutes too.
Yeah.
What is it? It's Nurk, Nasir, and Nance. Triple N. NNN.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm starting to realize though, like when I watch the Blazers, like we're gonna win games if we don't let someone who's not supposed to go off, go off.
Like a Frank Kaminsky.
Like a Frank Kaminsky or
and Niang.
Chetty Osman, for example. Like in the Bulls game, Zach LaVine has 30 on 7 of 12 from 3. That's absurd shooting numbers. But you can stomach that because Zach LaVine is, he's kind of supposed to do that. Like Frank Kaminsky is not supposed to pour in 30. That's just not supposed to happen. And I will say, Zach LaVine, 7 for 11 from 3 going into that final 3, and he had this most wide open 3 of the game.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
And absolutely bricked it.
That was one of those thank the basketball gods because those are shots that have been going in. Actually, they're really not though. It's the shots that are hand in the face contested that have been going in. But
yeah, little Frank Kaminsky step back tray. Like, come on.
I can't. But I mean, this week we moved up to the 7th seed, and there's like 5 teams with a 9-8 or 8-9 or 9-7, all within like one game of each other. I know it's super earlier in the season, but it's a very packed Western Conference.
We did not do the podcast last week, so I believe we've had 7 games in between podcasts, and we went 4-3. We went 4-3, which I'll take. It's just the problem is that just some games on the road, I think part of our road problems is we just don't bring the energy at all. Like that Nuggets game, wow.
That was awful to watch.
I don't think Dame played that game, right? Was that the game?
That was the game Dame didn't play, but like still, that was not a game that was fun to watch.
And give our team cut some team slack here. Clippers away game, Phoenix away game. I mean, those are hard games, but when you lose like Cleveland and Philadelphia the week before, which we already talked about last podcast, that's when it just gets out of hand, and you got to just get those games.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with losing to the Suns and Clippers on the road. Those are good teams. It's just a problem when you start losing to the bad teams on the road. Like if you're not going to beat the good teams, you got to beat the bad.
No, I do remember going into last week, the podcast 2 weeks ago, we were like, we wanted to go 2-2 that week. Obviously, we only went 1-3. We were hoping to steal one of the 3 good teams. Obviously, that didn't happen. But going into this past week, I probably would have said, I mean, based on how we had played, like 1-2 would have been good. Or prefer obviously 2-1. Like 3 games is hard to predict like something. But the fact to go 3-0, that's a huge step in the right direction. It boosts us above the Lakers in those standings. I don't even know if we were above them, but they're going through.
I haven't really checked the standings much. I'll look at them actually. I have them on my phone right now.
It's really just Golden State, Phoenix, and then
there's Utah at 11. Yeah. After that, it's hovering around 500.
I expect the Lakers to get better. Obviously, probably not.
The Kings just fired Luke Walton. The Kings, the Spurs. Sorry, the Kings, the Pelicans, and the Rockets can go.
No, I'll even say the Spurs. The Spurs
are. All those teams can just get ready for the draft because they ain't going nowhere.
Even the Thunder, I think the 10 that are in right now
or the
The
10
only
that
team
are
I could
going.
see jumping in is actually maybe the Kings. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't trust Minnesota here. But
I will say
going a
one.
little quickly off topic from the
Mhm.
Blazers, just big time NBA news. What are your guys' thoughts on the whole LeBron Isaiah Stewart situation?
I was going to talk about that. Well, I saw this one on. So you have like Mickey and stuff. It said Isaiah Stewart got
boxer?
two. No, Isaiah Stewart got 2 games. LeBron got 1. So everyone said let above the law.
Above the law, that is true. The NBA definitely
Loves them
suspended him more. And
Flip flop. Just kidding.
there's a guy he uploaded again. What's his name?
Isaiah
Actually, no.
Stewart.
Isaiah Stewart, like
He was running through a core like Taylor and the Colts on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean,
I saw
damn.
something like the Lions like sent him a call trying to get him to help him get their first win.
But I didn't really see too much of it. I just found it. I think it was a bigger deal than it was. Also, like I don't think like the hit. Like I think it looked worse. Like he was bleeding hard, and
I think the hit was a little intentional because like he looked at him and then hit the elbow, but I don't think he
Anyway.
he obviously didn't mean to make him bleed like that. But then again,
he suspended 1 game. Who cares?
It was an Artest Harden level hit.
Didn't need to chase around the person like they did. Like, ooh, that could have been bad if no one stopped him. Did you see the picture? Did you see the picture of Russ though?
Oh yeah, he's square up and he's like, he was complaining how he got a tech. He didn't know he got a tech.
I was like, come on now.
Yeah.
Russ, you squared up, bud.
I will say, in this 3-game winning streak, I have liked how the defense has played, especially in the second half of games. I mean, the Bulls, I'm not going to lie, Bulls shot 45% from 3 in that game and still lost because they got off to like a 60% start. And, in the second half, I think we had in that third quarter, I know you were watching, Cole, that third quarter, I think we had like 10 steals.
Oh, no. I mean, we were playing.
It
wasn't like we were playing like better defense than we had the rest of the year. We were just playing more energetic defense.
I'm telling you.
It results in better defense.
Like if Larry Nance gives you like that effort all the time, I mean, this team's got the starting 5, Nance, Little, and Simon's off the bench.
I really like what I've seen from Little. Like I've liked what I've seen from everybody. There's no person or player that like I'm like they're really bad or like they're struggling. They're the reason we're losing. Like I think it's someone different every night that kind of struggles that results in a loss. But like there's no consistently bad play, I don't think.
And I feel like for the Blazers, last year, I'm not going to say names, but like the year before that, there's always like, oh, these 2 guys that are just
these 2 guys that come off the bench.
But like this year, I really feel different. It's true.
Yeah. Looking ahead, I just want to look ahead. We got a pretty difficult, well, assuming if we do the podcast next Monday or next Sunday, which we will, obviously, but we will have 3 games, and that's Denver at home, and then we're on the road in Sacramento and on the road at Golden State.
I want to go 2-1. I want to win the first 2, and then Golden State can be if we win that, it's a great week. If we lose it, it's a good week. Because I want to win the home games, and then we should beat the Kings on the road.
Well, we have 1 home game.
I know, or we should win the home game, and then I would assume we should beat the Kings on the road.
There's no guaranteed wins there because the Kings handed us our only home loss this year. I mean, that's not guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like nothing's guaranteed in the NBA, but when you play the Pistons at home, like you expect to win that game.
So we do have a national televised game. You were mentioning that before we hit record, but
tomorrow on TNT,
our chance to show out.
I believe we've had 2 or maybe 2. I don't count NBA TV, so maybe 1.
Jokic is day to day.
Data Davis.
Okay. And but Michael Porter Jr. will be out. He might be out for the year, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, some of his back, some nerve thing.
Yikes.
Yeah, it does say Jokic is day-to-day. It does not say for what. Not Zeke Naji, Bones Highland. Bones Highland is out. That's underrated because he went off last time we played the Nuggets.
And it's a wrist for Jokic.
The wrist. Interesting. Well, I hope to win that game. I will say, if we go into Golden State and win that game, that would be
huge. Insane. Blazer and Golden State games, they're
always
different.
Great.
They're always a great game.
Dame's from Oakland, man.
You see Klay Thompson will be coming back Christmas week.
Wow.
That's awesome. I want to see him play again.
I kind of hope his debut is on Christmas Day because that'll be kind of sick.
That is scary.
Just thinking the past. Okay, go ahead.
But they are the Warriors are a very good team. Don't get me wrong. I do think they're still a top 5 team in the
I already
NBA.
know what you're going to say.
First 12 games of the year. What?
Go ahead.
No,
I thought they were better.
Top 5.
No, all right, go ahead.
First 12 games of the year. Easiest strength of schedule to start a season in NBA history.
Is that true? What the heck?
NBA history. Now, their schedule has ramped up recently, and they're still winning. But
they're 15-2, right?
I've got to say, I think it was up until that Nets game. Or maybe it was the Bulls. Up until the Nets game, I mean, even after the Nets, they've gone Cavs, Pistons, and Raptors. Once they play us, they're going to start playing some good teams. They go Sixers, us, Clippers, Suns again, then Spurs, Magic, but yeah. But they've had a very easy schedule. While I still think they deserve the record they have, and I'm not going to slight them.
Mm.
I don't. Just point
I got a question for y'all. If y'all had to grade on a A to F scale, obviously, how would you grade Chauncey Billups in his job so far?
Interesting.
I'll give him like a B. I don't really know what to grade him off of. I feel like we've seen improvement.
Record, is it team?
I feel like I know what to grade him off of. I would take away from his grade just for the terrible road record, because a lot of that's on coaching and just like getting your team energized to play a game.
Right.
But I have seen defensive improvement, so I got to give him a good grade for that. And then 9 and 8. Well, I'd love to be better. It's not the worst record in the world, and it seems like we're improving. So I'll give him like an average grade.
What about you, Cody?
I'm gonna say B+. Yeah, some of these road losses definitely where it hurts his grade. Agreeing with what he said. 9 and 8, again, not the worst record, but could be better. But you love to see the defensive and even the offensive differences from last year with Terry Stotts, ISO ball. But because even though, Dame's not scoring as much and he's not like, I guess, the man to do it as much this year, like he can share the ball, it's better basketball for the Blazers. So they're close to an A-, but gets some away because of the away losses.
I don't really think about that. I do find myself, well, maybe it's not as enjoyable, because when Dame is going 1v1 and knocking down shots, it is enjoyable. It is like, I know it is better for the offense that a lot more people are scoring. So it's nice to see a more well-rounded scoring than having to rely on Dame. Because I think if we were playing how we did last year with this start from Dame, we probably would be like 5 wins, 7 wins. We would have a lot less wins if we weren't playing as much of a team basketball style. So
I agree with that.
Got to point that out.
The one downside to playing team basketball is like, I think someone said this earlier in the podcast, is like when one person doesn't play well, it can really affect the outcome of the game. Like, Dame is so great of a player. He can, impact the game positively in many different ways. But, like Covington, for example, that man just needs to knock down open threes. He needs to knock down about 3 open threes. Yeah. Simons needs to shoot well. Nasir Little can't do, cheap fouls. Nurk has to stay on the court. Norm's he's got to be one of our plus defenders. Speaking of Norman Powell, I think one of the most underrated plays on this Blazers team is Norman Powell driving to the basket. Every time he drives, I think it's going in.
And if not, he gets fouled.
Yeah.
He's pushing in transition every time I see him get the ball.
I love it. A huge
nice. A guy that's impressed me a lot and a lot better than I thought he was going to be so far this year is Cody Zeller. Now he's only playing like 13 minutes a game, but like every time he's in there, like
starting to get run off the court by Nance.
What?
So he's starting to get run off the court by Nance.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I know that, but I do like what I see just because he always is giving effort. He's going to bring defensive skill. It's just a good change from last year because Cantor, while I love his offense,
turnstile.
He's just the worst defender I think I've ever seen put on a Blazer uniform. Maybe second to Melo.
Look, let me just obviously Enes Kanter would never watch this podcast, but he did.
And to back up my point, Cody Zeller. Actually, I'm gonna save that for trivia. I'm gonna ask you guys.
What are you gonna say about Kanter?
I was just gonna say, Kanter he will forever be loved by the Blazers fans. His
debate.
No, listen, his his play against the Nuggets in 2019 when Nurk went down was huge. He's playing with
Yes.
a bunch of
That was
injuries.
such good.
He
Fair.
was so good. But, he did have a major defensive problem. And that, it hurt us. Couple that with the Carmelo Anthony who just waves his arms. It's rough defense. I'm sorry.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. So
All right.
this is grading and not really linked to who we were just talking about, Canner, but a little bit. Gave me an idea. So we're gonna rank. I want you guys to rank these three just in order: Nurk, Larry Nance, Cody Zeller. Okay, overall, I would say defense. You know what? No, let's only do defense.
For defense.
Defense only. Nurk, Larry Nance.
We can take this by do you mean by whatever? I'll run with it.
By their height, by their who they just overall who
Yeah.
you're feeling about each of them.
I'm going. I'll give my first, and then you give your first, and then we can go back and forth. I'm giving my first to Nance just because he's versatile. And
Yeah, I feel like everyone was going to say that, so I'll just say
Energy.
Nurk because when Nurk is on his game defensively, he's such a good rim protector, and when Nurk is showing on the screen and then getting back, it really bogs down on offense. So I'll go Nurk, but okay, I think we can both agree that Cody Zeller's third.
I don't know. I like what I see from Cody Zeller when he's out there. There's something that brings me back literally every time I
Dude.
just think of Cody Zeller. Think back.
Dude, if you're an offense, all you have to do is just get Cody Zeller to switch onto a guard. He's done.
I mean, same with Nurk.
Yeah, but Nurk at least is big enough to where he can dude, you telling me you'd rather have Cody Zeller out there in crunch time than Nurk? Get out of here.
I just know that.
This man's trying to make a sexy pick here. Oh,
No, I'm not.
So underrated.
No, I'm not. I think that maybe it's because I'm getting
Yusuf
my
Nurkic,
mind is messed up
Bosnian
because
beast.
Nurkic is going against the better player and Cody Zeller's always going against the backup. But Cody Zeller, every time he's in there, we play better. We play really good defense when Cody Zeller's in there. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But now I'm gonna do something.
Because can I tell you why? Why?
Yeah, go.
You have Larry Nance Jr., Norman Powell, and Nasir Little on the floor.
No, that's what I said. That's what I said. I said it could be, but
I'm just saying.
I like what I see from Cody Zeller. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna have you guys each guess 1 through. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of the how many rotation players do we have normally? 8. We got 3 off the bench. 9. Yeah, we got 9.
You throw Zeller in there?
Yeah.
I bet.
We're gonna go by player efficiency rating, and we are gonna go down, and we're gonna go 1 through 9. Some things will surprise
Can you
you.
remind me what that means? I know.
I think that is literally just taking into everything into basketball, everything into account.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay.
Your plus minus. So I mean,
This is the motherland of all stats.
you can have 25 points, but if you're taking 20 shots and turning the ball over 5
The
times,
mothership.
you don't have
All right,
good
go.
efficiency rating. So who do you think is number 1 at 22.34? 3 points clear of anyone else.
Player efficiency. So
Player efficiency rating. Now,
Again,
this
this
doesn't just
takes-
take away. This doesn't just take into effect shooting efficiency. This is just everything.
You can go first.
I think. I don't know though.
Just because I'm not still a little iffy on the PEF stat.
does that take in?
But it makes
account-
sense.
Does that take into account defense?
I believe so. You know what?
I'll go
Just-
CJ.
Just to help you out, I'm going to look up what player efficiency rating is.
Yeah, please. It's PER. I see it all the time. I just, I'm not, when you see points, rebounds, you don't need to look up what points and rebounds are.
Yeah,
You don't need to
I feel
look
like
at
a lot of
stats.
people are unfamiliar what it means, but
It's an advanced stat. Are we getting into Raptor ratings here?
The
You know what those are?
PER is a rating of a player's per minute productivity. To generate PER, I created formulas outlined and blah, 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 to return a value for each of a player's accomplishments. This includes positive accomplishments such as field goals, free throws, 3-pointers, assists, rebounds, blocks, steals, negative ones such as missed shots, turnovers, and personal fouls. 2 important things to remember about PER is that it's per minute and is pace adjusted. So maybe it doesn't take into defense. I think there's a defensive efficiency rating too.
All right, I'll go Dame then.
okay. I would say Dame, but he's just shot so bad, so I can't give it to him. I have to give it to CJ or Nurk. I'm gonna give it to Nurk.
I'm going with Anthony Simons.
Well,
Number 1, correct from Cody, is Nurk. 22.34, best player efficiency rating
That's what I'm saying.
on the team. Number 2. You haven't said him yet. We'll just say that.
Wow.
Larry Nance Jr.
I mean, if knowing we haven't said him yet, I think.
I know it is, but you're up, Cody.
We haven't said him yet. Could be Norman Powell. Could be Dame. I'm missing Norman Powell.
It is none of those. It's Cody Zeller.
See, this is why per is stupid. We don't care.
It's not stupid. Cody Zeller's played valuable minutes this year.
So Cody Zeller is better than Damian Lillard. This means. No, just
From
kidding.
his efficiency. But the thing is, if Cody Zeller was taking every shot like Dame is, Cody
Yeah,
Zeller
see, that's the thing.
knows when to take shots.
PER does not take into account volume.
Well, actually, it probably does.
Well, yeah, but the more you have the ball in your hands, you can really only hurt your PER.
All right, I'm just gonna read through the rest. Can you guys guess who's last? This is
Rocco.
Huh?
Is it Rocco?
It is Rocco.
Is it Trenton Watford? Oh.
Well, I mean, Trenton Watford doesn't. I'm not taking him into account.
Yeah, Ellaby.
Actually, worst on the team is Ellaby at 0.17.
Okay.
But it goes Nurk, Zeller, Powell, Dame, Lance, or Larry Nance, CJ, Simons, Little, Rocco.
Rocco surprised a little bit.
So
He just has no offensive role.
that is literally just player efficiency rating. Take that for what it's worth.
Interesting.
But I said we want to go 2-1 this week. Do you guys want to go 2-1 this week? Is that a good week?
I want to go 3-0, but
I want to go 3-0 too, but.
Do you have any other trivia questions or something?
Trivia questions. I
Not
don't
necessarily trivia. It can be like.
Here I got one. This is easy. Points, top 3 point scores this year, and how much they have, because I feel like it will be kind of easy to guess.
I mean, I was just looking at the statistics, so I have an idea, I think.
Okay.
Okay,
but
let's
you
just
go first, West.
Well, I know the top 3 without. I'm just no order, but it's our 3 guards. It's Dame, CJ, and Norm.
Yeah.
But how much each, and like the difference, because it's way different than last
All
year.
right, it's Dame at.
I think it's Dame at 24, CJ at 23, and Norm at 19.
All right, it's Dame at 21, CJ at 20, Norm at 17.
Is that your guess?
Yes.
Okay.
We're both saying Dame.
Because you read it directly, so I didn't.
I just saw the stats earlier, so I didn't remember what Norm's was, but I knew what Dame and CJ was.
But yeah, so Dame only 21, 1 point away
bro.
from CJ. That's a little surprising,
Cheating.
but obviously had the rough start. So
Can someone go back and look at how long ago the Lakers game was? Because I got Dame stats pre and post Laker game. I think
The Lakers was 7 games ago. That was the last. We've played 7 games since the Lakers.
Oh wait, so was the Lakers the last one before that we did our most recent?
Correct. So
Okay.
in our
Before the Lakers.
before the last podcast, pretty much.
Before the Lakers, so ever since before blah 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 blah.
Yeah, true.
Game stats were 17 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds on 33, 21, 87 splits. Now, ever since the Lakers game, 26.4 points a game, 7 assists a game, 4 rebounds, 45, 38, 91 splits.
Question. Is there a discrepancy in free throws attempted per game in those splits?
Don't have that on me right now.
That's okay. But my point
I would
is
assume so,
definitely
yes.
higher now. Let's talk about some Portland Timbers, boys.
Why not?
Why not? I mean, we're Rip City rundown. Rip City means the Blazers, but it references Portland.
Believe it or not, we actually had a Timbers podcast before one time.
What was it called?
It's called
Timbers Talk. That's trash.
didn't realize the Timbers fan base is only like 20,000 people. So
Yeah, we had like four vids. Most views was like 12.
Hey, all I'm saying now is the Portland Timbers have advanced to the second round of the Western Conference playoffs, and otherwise known as the Western Conference semifinals. And I believe they are going to Dick's Sporting Good Park to play the Rapids. Correct?
Play the Rapids, yes.
Yep. First of all, MLS playoff format way different than it was when we.
I hate it.
2015.
I hate it.
I hate it too.
I hate it too.
Games.
It needs to be home and away. It needs to be home and away.
Home and away, more playoff games. Like we're not even guaranteed Timbers home game for the rest of the year. If we play,
I don't know why they did that.
The seed is the who gets home, right?
Yeah. So the Timbers are 4 seeds. So hold on. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna pull up this MLS bracket.
What were we talking about?
The Timbers.
I know.
Timbers,
I didn't hear what you
home,
got.
Playoff format.
Home team.
Oh, I think the format it's literally just one game. Everything. There's no legs anymore at all.
I hate that about
I
soccer.
think they got rid of that.
You get a lucky
All
goal,
right,
park the
so-
bus all game. You can lose it just like that.
So we are the 4 seed. We get the 1 seed Rapids, and then Sporting KC already won. And Seattle plays Salt Lake. I was tripping because it says tonight, but I just realized it's 12:11 a.m.
They haven't played their first round game yet?
No.
Is there,
So if Seattle
they haven't?
wins, no. If Seattle who is the 2 seed wins, the Timbers will be the worst seed left in the Western Conference and therefore not have any more playoff games. If RSL wins, RSL's the 7 seed. We root for RSL, and then the Western Conference Finals will be at Providence.
But I kind of want to play the Sounders, low key.
Yeah, the only thing
At CenturyLink.
That'll be so hype. We've done it before.
Yeah, we have. That's true. When would that game be? We might need to take a trip up to Seattle.
Yeah, except December 5th. That's my finals week.
That's true. But imagine wearing Timbers jerseys and walking into that stadium.
Yeah, true.
Sick.
I went to CenturyLink before, but wasn't for a Timbers game. And one more thing about, oh my God, Sebastian Blanco. What, almost the hat trick if he's, no, I'm thinking about another guy that scored. But the brace, 30 yards out, and they got the first goal, the equalizer. Not the equalizer, just the one to go up by one.
Yeah, what was funny was, so Clemson, I'm a big Clemson fan. I went to their soccer game and they were playing an NCAA tournament. And I watched the first half of Timbers. We're down 1-0, but I found out we won because I was in that text exchange with y'all. And every time y'all were like, what a banger. And then I was like, oh, they probably scored.
Yeah, let's just go through that and how we were reacting to everything. We were very disappointed early in the seconds on the ground.
Are we sharing our text?
Yeah, go ahead. Read them out.
Valeria in there, I gotta say at the end. But yeah, there a lot of capital letters, a lot of LFGs, a lot of just hype.
Yeah.
Also,
I like the one text. Go home, you bums. Once
bye bye loons.
they scored, and then it was get your keys, you fucking loons.
But you know, the Timbers do really well at home in the playoffs, in my opinion. So we're missing to go on the road, cold up in Colorado.
They do better on the 1-3, I think, in the playoff games the last 3 years.
As we wrap, you know, we kind of have a time limit on our podcast. We don't want to make it too long, but
yeah.
Final thoughts about the Blazers. Do you guys want to keep doing that live stream after games on Instagram? What do you
Have you seen
I don't know if you know this, Cody. You might know.
I don't know what.
Yeah, we go. I've been going live on I go live on Rip City Rundown Instagram.
So and then
Nurk goes live on or
I join as
live
Nurk.
on Nurk Daily. We could bring in
Dame Daily.
Dame Daily, or who? Don't you know Dame Daily?
I do know him.
Yeah,
He's
maybe
my
he would
roommate.
give you his account maybe once or something,
Yeah.
or maybe you go on like
He likes to hide his identity, but.
But yeah, we've been getting 50 viewers in there.
You have
total.
3 people on a live stream?
Yeah.
Guys, what if we make a Twitch and Twitch stream when in Portland our reaction to games?
Or we could just do it live on YouTube.
Yeah, Twitch is funnier though.
Scream for the screen, get banned. No, just kidding.
Twitch stream.
We could actually do that though.
I do, as we again wind down on time here. I'm just keeping track on that.
About 5 minutes and 19 seconds left.
15 now. You know, if you're still, I'm talking to the viewers here. If you're still watching this podcast, thank you. But this shows you're a very dedicated fan. You actually watch our content.
I wonder if anyone.
I want to ask y'all, what do y'all want to see from us? What do y'all want to see from us as I talk to you?
Because if you just, I'm just going to go on a little tangent here. If you do look at the views,
last 4 minutes, that's the brainstorming session.
If you do look at the views on the channel, getting good views in total. Not on the podcast though. Getting solid views on any video about the Blazers. We're looking at 5.1K about Dame, 512 about Trailblazers investigating Neil Olshey, 299 on Anthony Simon's video. That was just off the whim.
Well,
the podcast though, 36,
the numbers
44,
are great. Numbers
62,
are great.
28.
Numbers are great. Ideas are better. We need ideas.
Let's work on those numbers though. Tell your friends about the podcast. Those help us out a lot. If you're listening on Spotify right now, just go give it a view on YouTube as well. Just help us out a little bit.
Also,
we can improve. We can make this setup everywhere.
Also, we are actually doing a promotion. We're actually doing a promotion where we're offering $20 a pop if you want to join our live stream. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're gonna try to do some more content in the future. We're still trying to kind of decide where we want to go with it. We love doing the podcast. We love talking Blazers. Obviously, you guys love random videos about current news, which is important. Yeah, the podcast is more we like summarize and actually do breakdowns. Maybe we should do some b-ball breakdowns.
Maybe, but who's gonna do that?
Dude, I'm very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
As it goes straight.
But once we do get closer to Christmas, the video. What's the word?
If you see a comparison of AirPods Pros, please just ignore it.
Or maybe you might, or trick shots. Just.
Yeah. You guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think that's all I got to talk about. I'm gonna grab one thing. I did do this one time last podcast or a podcast ago, but I'm very happy now because he's back.
Wow. Panthers fan. That is true.
He's back.
The defense sold against Washington.
Defense sold, but
against the
good thing is the defenses that don't sell are the defenses on the Blazers because they've been doing very good recently, and we hope they do good this week. That is a great way to wrap it up.
The Blazers. I do want to go do the live stream after games, especially if we win that Warriors game. We got to do something special.
We're gonna go into Chase.
We'll be going confetti.
Well,
we're going 4-0 this week or 3-0. Let's go.
3-0.
We'll say if we can put a little win streak together. I feel like the schedule's been tough recently, and we tend to go on a run in March. Just got to get to the. I would like to get to Christmas with a winning record.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. That sounds like a good idea to me.
Cool.
But yeah, that's going to do it for episode 29, I think.
Said it at the start, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember what I said, though. But let's hope, share it with your friends. Give it a like. Give it a download if you're listening on Spotify. But we'll see you next week, hopefully with a 3-0 record. Peace.
Bye.